pretend like it's not 1:30 in the afternoon. Is that the right word that I'm looking for? Entail? As a necessary or inevitable and eggs at room temperature. Ooh, I did not read that. They're gonna be cold. It'll be okay. Standing mixer. Do we have a mixer? Okay, so what's half of a third? Wait, what? 2 1/4? I'm stressed. Okay. I don't think our butter is unsalted because, you know, we like salt in this family. This is gonna be my rolling pin. It's giving ratchet. Oh my god, I'm making bread. Okay. When I tell you it had me knead and roll the dough and then freeze it for 25 minutes like 50,000 times, I'm being dramatic. It's taste test time. So I don't know if that goes to show how lazy I am with cooking, but okay. Good morning. We're gonna pretend like it's not 1:30 in the afternoon. Hello, my name is Tazaya, but you can call me Tazzy. Welcome to episode 1 of a new series that I'm starting called Around the World in 6 Plates. What will this entail? Is that the right word that I'm looking for? Entail? Involve something as a necessary or inevitable part or consequence. Yes, okay, I'm using the right word. So like I said, 6 plates, right? First plate is Italian. That's what we'll be cooking all day today, Italian food. Second, we'll be cooking French food. Third episode is Mexican food. Fourth episode is Indian food. Fifth episode is African food. And sixth episode is Japanese. So I literally have a whole meal plan for the whole day for each of these episodes. So we're gonna get started with today. We have to start off with the most important meal of the day, which is breakfast. According to Americans, that's the most important meal of the day. Apparently it's not like that in other countries. Okay, so for breakfast, we're gonna be cooking the most traditional Italian breakfast, and that is usually a cappuccino and a cornetto, which is an Italian croissant, kind of. They call it cornetti in Italy, so. Let's get out the ingredients. So we need butter, flour, sugar, instant yeast, salt, eggs at room temperature. Ooh, I did not read that. They're gonna be cold. It'll be okay. Lukewarm milk or water. And that's what you need for the dough. So first things first, place all ingredients in a large bowl of a standing mixer. Do we have a mixer? Okay, so here's my large bowl. We're gonna place all the dough ingredients in here, and then we have to mix it. We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So let's get my measuring cup. I'm making a mess. Oopsies.
Give it up for sister realness.
Okay, so the recipe that I'm looking at calls for bread flour. I don't have bread flour. This is my first time making bread, first of all, so I'm very excited, but I don't see myself making this a common thing, so I didn't think it was smart to invest in bread flour. But this lady does say I can use all-purpose flour. So the dough calls for 2 cups of the all-purpose flour and 2 cups of the bread flour, which means I have to go back and put 2 more cups of this flour. Give me a sec. Actually, I lied. We're gonna cut this recipe in half because this makes 16 of the cornettis. I don't need that much. It's only me. So we're gonna cut this recipe in half. It calls for 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. What's half of a third? Isn't it a 6? I don't have a 6. I have an 8. I need the calculator because this is stressing me out. I'm gonna get a 1/3 measuring cup and fill it up about halfway. Yeah, I think that's half. The next thing we need is 2 1/4 teaspoons. Wait, what? 2 1/4? I'm stressed. Okay, what's half of 2.25? 1.125. So I got these little packs of fast-acting instant yeast. 1 packet is approximately 2 1/4. Okay, so I could just do half of this. Okay. I pray that that was enough because, you know, like I said, eye rolling. Like I said, eyeballing this. Legacy! Alright, so next we need half a teaspoon of salt. I'm tempted to eyeball this. And what's half of a half? A quarter. Ugh, fine. I could do it. I could do it. It's literally right here. So, then we need 2 large eggs at room temperature. They're not room temperature. We keep our eggs in the fridge like normal people. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm gonna use 1 egg. Now we need 3/4 a cup of lukewarm water or milk. Half of the 3/4 is 3/8. So we're gonna get a 1/8 cup and do 3 of them. Okay, so next the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I don't think our butter is unsalted because, you know, we like salt in this family. We're gonna, you know, half it. 1 tablespoon. So we have a situation. I didn't read ahead and didn't discover. The next step was to, you know, mix all the dough ingredients together and leave it overnight in the refrigerator or at room temperature for 3 hours. It's now 2 o'clock. This was supposed to be breakfast. So let's not pay attention to the times that I'm eating my meals, but so I'm gonna mix all my ingredients with my handheld mixer because we don't have the standing one, and we're gonna place a plastic wrap over it and leave it out for 3 hours. Okay.
Later that same evening.
It's several hours later and the dough has risen tremendously. Okay, so wait, well, first of all, obviously it's nighttime. It may not be obvious to you, but it's very much obvious to me. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm basically gonna be meal prepping my breakfast and finishing, you know, the rest of my Italian meals tomorrow. It's time for me to roll the dough. This is probably the fun part where you get to flour your counter and then, you know, roll the dough. First of all, I don't have a rolling pin. So what am I gonna use? I don't know. We're gonna make do with what we have. Maybe I can find a cylindrical cup or something. I'm now going to lightly flour my workspace. This is gonna be my rolling pin. It's giving ratchet. We're not gonna talk about it. I don't know how much. I'm scared. How much? Use the rolling pin to tap the dough into a 1/2 inch rectangle. Oh my god, I'm making bread. Okay. The next step was to roll out stick butter. I did not buy stick butter. I just have the tub butter, so I just spread it over the left side of the dough. So the next step is to fold into 3s. Dust any flour, I'm guessing on top of the dough, which is what I'm doing now. Wrap the dough with plastic wrap. Place over a baking sheet and freeze it for 25 minutes. Oh, I have to let this sit even more. Great.
The next day.
Good morning. It's the next day and my croissants look like that. The important thing is I made it. They look nothing like the guide that I followed, but I have yet to try it. I'm not gonna eat it yet because I still have to make my cappuccino. Cappuccino is espresso and steamed milk. I am a coffee drinker, but with my creamer. Yeah, I feel like I may not like this. It may be a little too strong for me, so I'm going to add sugar. I tried my best to look for a latte cup last minute, but yeah, I didn't find an exact one, but I felt like this was pretty close. I bought instant espresso. I have a milk frother, but we're going to heat up the milk, froth it, and then pour it in. Taste test. It's not bad. It's just plain and kind of dry. Like maybe I should dip it in some butter. This cappuccino is hot, so I don't think I'll enjoy this first taste, but it looks good. I'm gonna taste it like this. It's still a little too coffee-y for my taste, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's just strong. It needs something. Good afternoon. I'm back and it's time to make our Italian lunch. Yay! So, I'm not gonna lie, breakfast was disappointing. Like, I'm just saying, I spent hours making that croissant. First of all, I didn't record, you know, the rest of the process of making the croissant because when I tell you it had me knead and roll the dough and then freeze it for 25 minutes like 50,000 times, I'm being dramatic. It had me do it multiple times, so I wasn't gonna keep recording me doing the same process over and over. And then when I finished it this morning and got the result that I did, for it to be plain and dry, I was upset, to say the least. And it just took so much work. Would I ever try it again? I'm gonna be quite honest. As I was repeating the same steps over and over, I was like, there's no way I'm doing this again. There's no way. But no, when I got the result that I did and it tasted the way that it did, I was like, I have to redeem myself. So one of these days you may get me just a video dedicated to me making those perfectly, because that croissant, I wasn't the biggest fan. Like, I feel like it could have been better if I dipped it in butter, but like at this point it's like there's no saving it for real. And then the cappuccino wasn't bad. Like, I tasted the coffee too much, and like I said, I like my coffee with my creamer, and that was literally just espresso and milk with some sugar that I put in. And yeah, it just wasn't giving what I'm used to and what I like, but I added creamer to it and it made it a little bit better. So let's hope lunch and dinner and snack will go better than breakfast. Okay, so for lunch we're making a stuffed avocado. According to my research, it took a while for avocados to like be available in Italy. You know, once they did become available, people got creative with it, of course. So a stuffed avocado is apparently a popular appetizer, or it could be a main dish, side dish in Italy. We're gonna make that. The first step is to boil the shrimp. I like pan-seared shrimp, so that's what I'm gonna do with mine. And then we have to get our avocados. So I have 4 of them. I think I'm gonna make all 4. We're gonna cut them, and then we're gonna mix all this stuff together. Just, you know what? Enjoy this montage.
Montage.
Turn me up some more.
Okay, the shrimp is done. The recipe calls for ketchup and mayonnaise to be like the sauce to mix in with the avocado and the shrimp. First of all, I prefer Miracle Whip over mayonnaise, so I'm gonna put Miracle Whip. But the ketchup and Miracle Whip reminds me of this sauce that me and my mom used to put on conch fish. But we'll mix ketchup, Miracle Whip, hot sauce, and a lime. I like lemon whenever I have avocado, so I'm going to mix those together for the sauce, and hopefully it'll turn out right. I'm just trying to make sure that this will be something that I will enjoy. All right, here's the mixture. Okay, it's taste test time. I'm excited. It smells really good, so I'm praying it'll taste as good as it smells. Oh yeah, definitely making these again. 10 out of 10. These are really good. I do it. It's the end of the night. It's the end of our Italian cuisine filled day. I have cooked breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack, all based off of what they eat in Italy and Italian inspired cuisine. My takeaway from this whole day is the Italians sure love to make things from scratch. And out of the 4 meals that I cooked, my favorites, top 2 favorites, were the bruschetta and the shrimp stuffed avocado. Now, those definitely took the least amount of time and prep to make, so I don't know if that goes to show how lazy I am with cooking, but it actually was the best tasting. But it was really fun getting to eat Italian all day. It makes me even more excited to continue the series with other cuisines. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure to give it a like, comment down below, whatever you want, and subscribe for more of me. Stay tuned for my next episode. Bye!